guys, welcome back to JCJ Bass Fishing. I know I think I checked in back in December around Christmas time just to kind of wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and just because I hadn't put anything up on the channel in a while. But here we are. It's the first week of February here in Ohio, and for the first time in a couple years we have good ice on the lakes, so I don't think I'm going to be fishing this year on February 8th like I did last year. But yeah, today's prep day, so I'm looking at prepping all my rods and getting everything cleaned up and oiled and re-spooled, and just got done with the tackle out in the boat. So yeah, it's that day, and you know, it's always fun. You know, a little sarcasm there, but no, you know, it's always cool to get your stuff out and get it ready, get you thinking about fishing and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, we're gonna get to work here. So I got all the rods and reels laid out in the man cave here at the house. Getting ready to clean, oil, and re-spool, so fun stuff. Already got all the tackle reorganized and ready to go for the season. One thing I did do this winter is I went through and labeled a lot of things, so I know what size and what weight everything is. Just makes it easier. You know, there's so many times you're out on the water and you can't remember what weight or what size hook you were using. And something new this year, the jig head minnow. Got the Garmin Live Scope put on over the winter, and got the jig head minnow here. So got them all labeled and separated and ready to go for the season. So, you know, before I get started doing all the cleaning here, the rods and reels, re-spooling, one thing I did, I lost my dad 3 weeks ago. Lifelong fishing partner. I mean, I couldn't be any closer to someone than my own father, and he finally succumbed to his cancer battle. He was battling over about a year and a half or so. And yeah, so I did lose him about 3 weeks ago. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm hanging in there. And but one thing I want to do this year now, Dad, he wasn't heavy into buying all the fancy equipment, but this was his favorite rod and reel. It was like his all-purpose Abu Garcia that he bought, I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago. And I'm going to clean that up today and re-spool it. And one thing about Dad, no matter what time of year it was, he was throwing a lizard. And let me tell you, almost every time we fished, he caught a big one on a lizard. And he would sometimes outfish me with it. It didn't matter if it was pre-spawn, spawn, or post-spawn. Heat of the summer, cold water, he was catching them on a lizard. So this year that rod I just showed you, I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna dedicate it, keep it on the boat, and just use it to throw a lizard this year and honor him. But yeah, so Dad, I hope you're looking down on us, and you put some big fish on that lizard for me. So, and you know, I just went through he had a little tackle bag, only had like 3 trays in it, just the stuff he wanted, of course, his lizard and his worms, and you know, I just went through that, and guess what? It was stuffed full of lizards. So, yep. And that tackle bag is actually going to be my new grandson, who was born in May. It's going to be his first tackle box. So, I'm going to clean that up a little bit too today. And, you know, speaking of Dad, as I'm sitting here in the man cave, I won't forget this catch. May of 1995 was my biggest Ohio bass. It came in at 7 pounds even. I actually took it to the marina, and they weighed it on 2 different scales. Caught on a original rattle trap down at Clendenning Lake, Ohio. And yeah, so the guy it was actually about 2 months before I left for the military, and we were fishing out of our little 10-foot John boat with just a trolling motor, Dad and I, and man, when I hooked into this thing, we knew it was a big one, and I ended up mounting it. But, you know, that was long before I was heavy into tournament fishing or, you know, that type of thing. So, but yeah, the guy that mounted it for me was just started doing taxidermy, and yeah, he kind of took some mass out of the fish. So yeah, I mean, I wanted it done before I left for the military, and I mean, appreciate that he did it and got it done in a short time, but you get what you pay for, I guess. But yeah, so, and then this one too was a replica of my biggest smallmouth that was caught at Chautauqua a few years back. So yeah, just thinking about Dad and catching that big old largemouth there. But one other thing in this little short video here, the intro to it is my new intro for my videos, and that was the last thing this past September before, you know, Dad couldn't fish because he just didn't have much energy left anymore, and he was getting weaker. And one of the last things we did at the lake was this past September. We had a perfect day for it. I picked him up. We went down to Tappan Lake because it's close to his house, and we got his drone, and I wanted to get some drone footage to put together this intro, and everything that was done with the drone on the intro to this was done by my dad. And I'll never forget, because it was kind of a windy day, but it was a perfect day, but a little windy, and he was a little nervous about sending that drone up, and he got it down close to the water a few times, but it all worked out. And you know, I just remember that was the last thing we did at the lake, even though it wasn't fishing. And we walked across the street to the little store-side lake, or lakeside carry out there, and had some lunch and sat and talked and had some good conversation. And oh, that's one for the memory bank for sure. But even though it wasn't fishing, we were at the lake and we had a heck of a day together. So yeah, just wanted to touch base a little bit and reminisce a little bit. But I'm gonna get to cleaning and oiling and respooling here, and hopefully we'll be on the water soon. I think it's gonna probably be at least a month away with this ice. I mean, we do got some warm weather here. It's like 50 outside today, but I think it's gonna get cold again on the extended forecast. But yeah, I hope to see everyone on the water soon, and hopefully we're getting that first trip in, and we'll see you out there, and hopefully we get some good footage for you this year. Thanks for watching.